Have you ever noticed how quickly you might apologize after making a mistake? Not because the mistake was big, but because you're afraid of what someone might think about you? You might forget something, you might miss a detail, make the wrong choice, and then suddenly you're explaining yourself, apologizing, trying to make sure that the other person doesn't think you're lazy, incompetent, irresponsible, maybe even a failure. I don't think most people are apologizing for what they might have done. I think they're trying to manage what someone else thinks about them. Because somewhere along the way, they learned that making a mistake could change the way that people saw them. If people thought they were lazy, stupid, or incompetent, then maybe they wouldn't be accepted. Maybe they wouldn't be enough. So they hustle, they explain, they apologize, not because they're trying to fix the mistake, but because they're trying to fix what the mistake might mean about them. They're hoping that the other person will say, "It's okay. Don't worry about it. I understand." Because just for a moment, that reassurance quiets the voice inside of them. Not because the mistake disappeared, but because they no longer feel like they're the mistake. I know this pattern because I've lived it too. And every once in a while, it still tries to show up. That's the thing about survival strategies. They don't just disappear overnight. The problem is when you spend your life trying to manage everyone else's perception of you, you never actually get to fully relax. You're always scanning, you're always performing, always trying to stay one step ahead of judgment. It is exhausting, and eventually you start apologizing for existing. But here's what I want you to remember: you're allowed to make mistakes, you're allowed to forget things, you are allowed to be human. You don't have to perform your worth because you already have it. So the next time you catch yourself rushing to explain or apologizing for something that doesn't need an apology, I just want you to pause for a second. Ask yourself, am I apologizing for what I did or for who I'm afraid they'll think that I am? Because those are two very different things.